Now we have a foreign drama from BBC Four,
Yay.
and I will pass this over to Luke as he was championing
Oh, I love
this.
you. Okay, this is BBC Four in the foreign drama slot, Saturday night. It's the first time ever I can remember asking Matt and Gary to sit through a foreign drama that was 90 minutes long, and I applaud them both, whatever they thought of it, for sitting through.
Well, I was doing miming through some of it, so I was standing.
Oh,
I did a bit of shredding.
Hang on. A shredder we've got a shredder. It's quite loud.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Well, it had subtitles. I couldn't hear. I don't speak
Oh
German.
my god! So you're not invested? Oh, I'm already annoyed. Okay, so this was a drama set in Germany, all about the true life story that I had never heard of at all of a hostage crisis in a place called Gladbeck in 1988.
Gary, do you remember it?
No.
He was collecting football stickers at this point.
It's true.
So it starts with two masked men taking two hostages, two workers in a bank hostage. It focuses on them and the police, who get involved quite early on, and their kind of ineptitude, in my view, of just not rushing in and sorting the whole thing out. And there's a commando who's very keen not to get too
The
involved
bureaucracy of it, sort of.
Yeah.
and risk
Jurisdiction.
and risk harming the hostages while taking the hostage takers out. As it moves on, and what I loved about it was it took the action away from the bank, and the hostages are taken into the car, and they meet another female hostage. What are they called? What are people who take kidnapper? I suppose.
Yeah.
Is it? I could not think of that
Robert.
word for love nor money. So yeah, they meet a female kidnapper who joins the gang. This whole time they're being watched and listened to by police, but time and time again they're being told, no, we can't intervene. I don't want to risk either civilians getting caught up in the crossfire, and I don't want to risk the hostages being caught up in something that they're not ready for. They're even able to go to a cafe or a restaurant, sit down and
I
eat
believe
a meal.
it's a service station restaurant.
Yeah. Meanwhile, their faces are plastered all over the press, and
Like a wild
the
bean cafe.
Yeah,
Or a little
thank you.
chef.
The hostage situation is big news. It's everywhere. They even know who these kidnappers are. And towards the end, the kidnappers take the hostages on a bus packed with people, and it gets very exciting. Another show that I would recommend if you watch it after we've spoken about it. Don't watch the next time bit on BBC Four. It's terrible. Gives away far too much.
Oh, I stopped it before that.
Yeah, so
Good.
did I,
Well
actually.
done. Well done. Give yourself a pat on the back. But it ends with them on this bus, really, taking that hostage. They're desperate to get away. They're aware that the police are following them. There's even press trying to get pictures of the hostages and things. But all this time, while all this is going on, the bureaucracy, like you say, is stopping the police from doing what their ultimate goal is in saving the hostages. Now, Gary was shredding throughout, and Matt was ironing. So I'm gonna guess.
Not throughout.
Okay, but
I wasn't
gonna
shredding
guess-
throughout as well.
I'm gonna guess that it didn't have you quite as invested as I was.
Why
No,
not?
but I still enjoyed it. There was one complaint that I have. White subtitles. It
Yes.
made it very difficult to read.
I
I
agree.
agree
I
with you
agree.
as well. I agree with you
So
as well.
I think that probably meant I didn't have quite the investment that you did. I enjoyed it, and as you say, when you normally see a hostage, negotiation scene, them leaving the scene is probably never happens.
And the fact that you know it's true as well, it's got to
yeah,
add
exactly.
more gravitas
Normally,
to it.
normally in other shows, it would be some sort of shootout or whatever. But no, the fact that they actually get their demands and leave, and I think the political side of it was quite good as well. It got the way up to like the German Chancellor, didn't it?
Mm.
At one point, he wanted to be kept involved in the case.
But the reason I picked it was I found it on the iPlayer on the previous site we used. Didn't have a clue what it was. Took a bit of a gamble. It's worked before on shows like This Country, and I just found it myself really gripped. The fact that it was true made me even more invested, because I think if this was a written drama and I saw the police behaving this way, I'd be going, come on now, have a word
Yeah.
with yourselves. But because I knew this was all real, you know, like you do sometimes when you see
Yeah.
police, you just go up to them and go, come on
Have a
now,
word
have a
with
word with
yourself.
Like
yourself.
the police in blooming 13.
Yeah, that ruined the whole thing for me. But I found it really engaging, and I'm guessing that you two didn't, but perhaps I did my
Why are you
usual
guessing
thing.
that?
Well, if you were ironing, you kind
Yeah,
of
but I'd
been
already planned
glued.
to do the ironing before, because I can concentrate on the TV if I put the iron on in front of it. It's not like I'm looking
There's
at my
massive
phone.
holes in his shirts, but you know.
Yeah, still.
They're all burn marks on
Yeah.
there.
Go on then.
It was slow to start off with when they're in the bank. I think when it got going was when they were on the road, and you say those moments of tension where you think, are they gonna escape? But then you're thinking, there's a bit of a spoiler in the title because you know it's going on for 54 hours.
Yeah.
I like those. There's that moment of tension in the car when like there's the kidnappers have gone clothes shopping and the other kidnapper is having a wee on the side of the road.
A very long wee. I'm worried about that. I mean, the next thing you should do
But
is
they
go
might
to
have
the
been on the road
doctors.
for quite a while. You don't know.
True.
He might not have had the chance.
Germany's
to
a big
go when they
country.
were at the Little Chef. The guy turns to the woman and he says, "Shall I just drive off?" Because he's left the key in the car. I really like the moments like that. Again, like other foreign dramas, you followed these other characters that you weren't sure what impact they made until the end when you saw them both on the same bus. And you realised, oh, hang on a minute, this is what's going to happen. The hostage takers are going to get on this bus now, and I enjoyed it. It was more edge of your seat. I think the second half, the first half, it felt more like a sort of traditional, hostage thing, like a Dog Day Afternoon or something like that. But yeah, no, definitely looking forward to the second one because I think that'll be a bit more high octane.
But Gary, are you gonna watch the how it ends?
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah.
That's a bit too defensive.
I have to say, I really thought this would be more in your wheelhouse than Matt's. I'm surprised that you're quite me warm on it.
No, all he said was that the subtitles he couldn't see. He liked everything else, obviously, because he hadn't said anything else.
Well, no, because I think I agree with Luke, but the problem is the subtitles do mean that it was hard to follow certain parts because where it got very plot heavy on what they were saying, you couldn't see all of it. You know, the subtitles were fine when it was short sentences. Whenever they said anything more, whenever they got into like a dialogue, it was hard to really pick all of it out.
Fair enough.
Get your eyes tested.
I could follow the action.
We said this about Twitter on the Fourth Estate. Get your eyes tested.
That's one of the things. First thing you do when you leave the podcast. Just go to Specsavers.
That's not the first thing I'm going to do when I leave.